Hi guys, it's Tiana from Maniology, and thank you so much for joining me. If this is your first time hopping on a Maniology live, welcome. So today I am going to be showing you a manicure. As you can see, I have my powders, a whole bunch of powders, and I'm going to be showing a ringing in the new year, pizzazzy, sparkly manicure that I think you guys would love. I'm going to be doing gradients. That's why I have so many different powders that you see here. Let me just kind of shift this up. Maybe you can see. So right here, I'm just going to be going from left to right. I have Glacier, Tanzanite. So Glacier is this beautiful teal blue. Tanzanite is this really, I guess it looks like a fuchsia. Smoke and Mirrors is like a duochrome that is like a dark teal, like kind of like a peacocky color with some purples in there. Have Razzle Dazzle, which is this beautiful pink color. This is Midas, even though you don't see the name here, Midas. This is a gold. Amethyst, which is like a royal purple. And then I also have Scarab Wings, which also is like a duochrome. So you got like gold and green in here. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I have my stampers here. Very, very important sticky stamper station. That's going to really help to clean up our stampers. And I also am going to be using plate M09 and M042. These were really popular plates this year. I'm hoping that you do have them at home. If you don't, you can definitely pick them up. And then also go ahead and take inventory of your powders. This is what I'm using today because these are the colors that I like, but use whatever you want. There's no right or wrong way, which is perfect. And that's why I enjoy using the powders. I think I'm going to be known for a technique. I think this is like maybe about my 4th or 5th video doing powders. So I really, really enjoy it. You can get as messy and as creative as you want. And I think that's, offers you guys another way to use your stamping plates and also these beautiful powders. Okay, so let's get started. So many things. I want to make sure I have everything I need. Okay. For the background itself, I will be using M079. And I really like this tight design for like the background. I don't know if you can see it. Does that help? I tried to test it on some other designs like this and stuff, but I just like all the detail options you get with a design like that. So that's the background I'm going to be using. And then I think one of the designs for the thumb, I am going to stamp Happy New Year. So I think I'm going to use like one of these frame designs so I can just put the words right in the middle. All right, guys, you guys ready? So I'm using ice cube stampers. You can use whatever stampers you want. Recommended that, you have stampers that you really don't mind getting possibly foggy and or ripped. These stampers, I use them all the time in my powder videos. As you can see, there's a tear over here. There's a tear here, but no worries. It's still usable. I still run them. I also like the clear effects, so that's why I use these. So I'm going to go ahead and get my stamper colored here for my background. So I'm just going to kind of, using Glacier and Tanzanite, I'm just going to kind of go ahead and splotch that, all the powders, any way you want to. Doesn't matter. Just as long as it kind of fits the shape of the image that you're going to be picking up on the plate. So, you want to keep it rectangular. And I also have maybe some residual powders on here. That's okay. I think I want to put a little bit more purple. I know a lot of us have things to say about 2020. It's been a very, very interesting year. I'm sure I'm not the only person, but I hope it wasn't all bad. I hope your Christmas was very good. Got to spend it with the ones that you love. I did. Actually, for me, and a special shout out to my baby, who is way too young to watch any of these videos and or understand what it is that I'm doing. He turns 2 today, so it is a very special day. So again, not all things bad in 2020, right? Definitely some good things. But for me, when it comes to Christmas and stuff, you know, I've kind of created my own traditions, but with my family here in Hawaii, we really do it up big for New Year's. So that's kind of a really important holiday. Okay. So there you go. I'm going to stamp. So I know I was kind of in the middle of talking and stuff. So I'll kind of walk you through the process. I am going to be doing this like 5 times, so don't worry. I will be going over it. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me like a broken record, but thanks guys. He's a little 2-year-old. I can't believe I'm a mother of a 2-year-old. Time just goes by so quickly. So you see with this design, when I make that gradient, that beautiful gradient, this is what it turns out to. This is what it looks like. So I end up having like, I can make my own duochrome. So that looks really cool because it actually looks like fireworks. Give me some hearts if you really enjoy the way that turned out. So nothing fancy for the base. I'm just using our stamping straight up black here. And I just let that dry. Very, very important. When you are doing this technique, if you are not putting on some kind of, you know, like a matte top coat, no shiny. You can see that there's no sheen on these. Instead of using a matte top coat, I just painted these and made sure they were super uber dry. Okay. You don't want to be doing this technique on newly painted or just painted nails. The reason for that is because the technique that I'm showing you, you want to be able to brush off the excess. And all I used was just a clean cotton pad to kind of brush off the excess. Okay. And again, don't worry if you didn't catch it the first time, I am going to show you. So there is that. And what you're left is this beautiful design. Okay. So now I'm just going to show you how we clean off the stamper. There you go. You know, with the pigments, don't worry, a little goes a long way. So you don't have to use a lot. And just like that, it's clean. So if you've joined any of my other powder videos and stuff, you'll notice that this is a stamper that I've used before. And I know sometimes we do say, because it is possible that it could happen, that, what do you call it, that the stamper can get cloudy. But I've used this a number of times to do powders, and it's clear. It's still very see-through. Let me see if I can kind of show you the clarity. I mean, it's very clear. So what I do recommend, if that happens, it's okay. That's why you have different, you know, many other stampers, but clean it well. And that's why I always, if you don't have a sticky stamper station, no problem. Use a Scotch tape. You'll probably use a whole heck of a lot of Scotch tape, or a sticky lint roller. Works the exact same, but this is something that we carry on the site. We have it in 2 different styles. I'm just using the smaller book. And, you know, it's really cute. You can also plan your designs here, but I use this all the time. And don't worry, that doesn't mean you have to go use a different page. Fill this sucker up, you know, use it to its full potential. And it's super sticky. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this design here. Okay, and just using our pineapple cotton claw. And see, you grab new cottons every time too. So the next one I'm going to do, I think I'm gonna grab some smoke and mirrors and razzle dazzle. So each of our powders, it comes with like this eyeshadow sponge applicator. That's what I use. If you don't mind kind of using, how I clean it actually is I use the sticky stamper station. I kind of clean it off. So that's what I do. So again, no rhyme or reason. However you want the design to come out, just go ahead and put the powder on. The only thing I have to say is kind of keep to the shape of what it is that you're trying to pick up. You know, say for instance, if you're doing this technique on a individual design. So when I say individual design, I mean something that is, this is what we would call like a full nail design. But an individual design would be like, I don't know, say you're doing this holly jolly, or if you're picking up, you know, any of these little one-off kind of designs. Of course, you wouldn't have to use this much powder. I'm only using this much powder because I'm doing a full nail design. Okay, I think that looks pretty cool. So, getting my next nail tip ready, I'm gonna go ahead using my straight up black and doing our regular stamping technique, just putting polish onto the plate. Give it a firm scrape. I do recommend a firm, clean scrape, or else the powder will pick up like your streaks. There you go. So you see the design? And go ahead and stamp. It's so pretty, so chameleon. Okay, so this right here, you see how it goes on full. I mean, it pretty much takes all the powder and stuff, but when you do this technique, the powder is only going to stick to wet polish. That's the reason why it works. So that's why I'm saying your base has to be dry. If you're impatient, use a matte top coat, but make sure it's dry. What's going to happen if you don't, and again, I'm just taking a clean pad, cotton pad here. What's going to happen if you don't? You're just going to have a full-on powdered design. That's it. You're not going to see any of the details. If you have a brush, you're more than welcome to use that. I just use this because that's what I have available. And there you go. That's how you can see the black here. It looks like you're actually seeing a show. Like, that is so cool. So can you use a different color as the base, or do you have to use black? No, just whatever powders you have, do the opposite of that, or a primary color of that, or, you know, a complementary color. No rhyme or reason, just go for it. Be creative. Okay. So, after I clean my stamper here, I'm gonna use, let's do the Razzle Dazzle and this Midas. Midas looks a little dark, I think, in the video. It is brighter here, but, oh, this is what I meant when I use the sticky stamper. I just do that, kind of clean it off as much as I can. Okay. So I did say Razzle Dazzle and Midas, right? Oh, hello. No, stamper. So if you have more than one stamper, then you can do this part, you know, beforehand, you know, so you don't have to continue to keep filling up your stampers if you have like 5 of them or 10 of them. I know some of you do. No judgment. I keep a lot of stampers around too. And, you know, we use stampers for different things, right? So there you go. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, get my tip ready and get my black polish, stamping polish. This is actually kind of fun too. So, you know, when you become a little bit more advanced and you kind of figure out, or you've been stamping for a while, you don't have to put polish all over your plate. There you go. I love seeing the reveal, don't you? Yeah. Oh, that turned out really, really beautiful. Look at that. So the way that I'm trying to do this is like, it looks like a gradient going out through your nails. So every nail is going to look different. So it actually looks like a fireworks show on your hands. So let's see. I have some questions coming in. If you use gel polish and top coat, and let's see. Ooh, where'd it go? And it doesn't have to be a sticky layer, will it stick? You know, that's always a question we get about using gel and regular polish. I think the general answer to using the two mediums, first of all, they're made differently. You know, gel is meant to work with gel. Regular polish, such as stamping polish, which is regular polish but made, you know, thicker and more opaque, is meant to be used with regular polish. Have I personally, or have we shown using gel polish and stamping together? Yes, we have. You know, I think a design like this, perhaps if you wanted to try, don't quote me on it though, I would recommend trying it first. Because there's still space for a gel top coat, because you would encapsulate this in like a gel top coat, because other than that, it would just rub off. Should work, given that there is gel to gel contact. However, if you were using, say for instance, like a whole design that was just full on regular polish over gel, definitely the lasting power is probably not gonna it's not gonna stay. It's not, your gel manicure is not gonna hold. If that hopefully that answers your question. So again, it's one of those things you have to experiment if that's how you use the product. You could make it work, but depending, maybe the staying power may not be as long as, say, for instance, gel to gel products. I hope that answered your question. I love finding ways to use them, or finding, you know, manicures to create with them, because I just love them. And a lot of these, you know, we probably have a lot of different colors, but you're not quite sure how to use them. So I love showing you guys how to do this technique. It's definitely a fave of mine. And not to mention, I enjoy being here with you guys too. What a way to ring in the new year, right? Okay, so let's use, I think I'll use Midas and the Amethyst. Oops. I'm getting like Lakers vibes here. Total Lakers vibes. So if you're a fan, I think maybe you'll like this combination. I don't know why. My head went sports, but it did. If I add some green, it'll definitely like feel very Mardi Gras. Okay, there you go. Firm scrape. Oh, this is what I mean by clean. You know, sometimes you get like the excess polish. Make sure it's clean. Pick up the design. There you go. So I'm just kind of doing it firmly, not too firm. You know, I'm not scrubbing and you know, scraping like that, like washing dishes, but just enough so the powder leaves all the dry areas, and there you're just left with the design. This is really cool too because, you know, if you're just wanting to kind of experiment, then you don't have to worry about being so precise. You just, wherever the color goes, that's where it takes you. I love designs like that because sometimes really it just doesn't work out. Okay, so this is what I would consider like you're done. It's the page is done, but you know, I've used it for 4 tips so far. So yeah, I think we can kind of say goodbye to that one. Okay, and let's just take off the excess powders here. Okay, so my last one, I'm done using this. Okay, so I'm gonna choose another design. Now I'm bringing in M042, and I think I'm gonna use this firework design here. Let's see if I can kind of bring it up closer so you guys can see. Got a real smudgy plate here, but that's okay. I think you guys can kind of see what the design looks like, so I'm gonna use that one. And I'm going to use amethyst and scarab wings here for my last one. Use a different. So I got some purple. So our powders, it goes according by weight. So when you open it up and it looks like there's not much, like I said, powders, a little goes a long way. So don't be shocked when maybe you can see the bottom. That's just the way it is because it goes according by weight. Okay, so where is that design? Right there. I think it's so awesome that you guys can help each other while I'm doing this. I know sometimes I have silent moments because I'm trying to focus on the design itself. But, you know, we have people who are interested and, you know, they have questions about stamping. There you go. And I'm so glad that you guys are able to just be here with me and then help out too by answering questions. Perfect. There you go. And it's perfect because it just leaves that little spot for me to pick up some words. So let's go back through because now we're going to pick up some numbers. I did try a stamp with white, or BAM white, excuse me. And then I also did silver pewter. I prefer the stamping in white for the numbers. The silver didn't look bad, but I really wanted it to pop. So BAM white it is. Thank you guys. Just for safety measure, I'm going to go ahead and just clean because I've used this plate a lot. It's kind of smudgy. So just taking my 100% acetone and just cleaning the plate, especially with the numbers because that's what I'm going to use. Technically only 3 numbers. No, 2 numbers. Okay. So let's pick up our 2. So of course I picked up more than one number, right? Just to be safe, I don't want to be gung-ho here. I want to make sure that it's gonna transfer. I just isolated the rest of the numbers. I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna do, like, instead of straight, kind of do it a little off center so it looks a little playful. Yay! Looks nice. Okay, next one. Clean off the numbers. I wouldn't chance it. You know, this is one of those things too. I know it's gonna like be repetitive to have to clean, but clean. Clean the plate for sure. If you chance it, you know, you risk not picking up all the intricate details. And with these designs, each design has like its own kind of decoration. So I wouldn't chance it. Clean the plate every time. So all I'm doing is isolating. I'm gonna grab my other design. Oh, it's the one I had here. I'm going to do 0. Okay, my stamper is pretty clean, so clean again. And let's do this. I have to keep telling myself, repeating, don't do 2020, don't do 2020. Okay. So there you go. Let's isolate those other designs. This technique I'm doing with the card only works if the polish is still wet, kind of damp. So there you go. And last, I am going to pick up a 1. Okay. So all these really cute designs, let's just take them off. And then the card is so easy, you just clean it after the acetone. There you go. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Happy New Year. I think I'm going to use this one on M079. That little design right there. Okay. Let's make sure to clean that up. There you go. So I'll show you guys up close what the final design looks like. And just kind of straighten that out. So here, this is what our final design. So this would be on the thumb. I thought, you know, if you're going like this, if you're trying to take a picture, it would look kind of silly if it was, in my mind anyway, if I do 2, 0, Happy New Year, 2, 1. I kept playing that over in my head. I was like, oh, should I do it that way? So I was like, no, maybe if the Happy New Year was the thumb, maybe that would be a little bit better. So there you go, guys. Our gradient stamping with powders, nail powder. And stamping over. What do you guys think? Did you love this? If you see, this is like something you could use and do your nails with to welcome in the new year, give me some hearts. I think it would look fabulous. This year has gone by too fast. I hope wherever you guys are, that you're safe, your family is safe, and that you guys have awesome goals for the coming year. And even in the mind space, I hope you guys are doing well too. You know, I have some really awesome stories that I've heard. I have girlfriends who purchased their first home. I've heard a lot of pregnancy announcements. You know, those are all happy things. A lot of people spending time with family, including myself, that otherwise I wouldn't have, you know, been able to spend time. And then also spending time with you guys. So have a happy new year. Bye guys. Take care.